should we act ethically? And I can't think of a better reason than this to act ethically. Just think of a day when you've done something bad. And when I think of myself, when I've done something wrong, when I've done something bad, I feel my energy levels are low. I just feel something wrong, even if no one has seen me doing something wrong. And if a day I've done something right, I feel happy, my energy levels are high. And I think it would be true for most of us. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. I really cannot think of a better reason to act ethically than this. It has to start with how it makes us feel. Of course, then beyond that, we talked about the concept of stewardship, trust, confidence, but it all has to start here. How our actions make us feel. How do we feel when we look at ourselves in the mirror in the morning? How do we feel? What does that reflection tell us? Does it make us feel happy or does it make us feel low energy? Okay, I'm going to now start a poll, and I'm going to ask you which has more influence on whether a person will engage in unethical conduct. Do you think it's our moral character, or do you think outside circumstances determine whether a person engages in unethical conduct? So you can see the polls on your screens. I encourage everyone to participate. A or B, disposition versus situations. Okay, a lot of polls are coming in. So we have around almost 60% people say outside circumstances. And okay, it's moving 50-50 now. That's nice. So I can see that this room today is quite divided. This group is very divided. Almost half this group feels it's a person's disposition, and the other half feels it's exactly 50-50 now. The other half feels it's a person's moral character. Okay. I'm going to park these results here. Share results. I hope you all can see the results. It's 50-50, right? It's a very, very interesting outcome. And I like this kind of outcome because that means that we have a diversity of opinion in this group. Okay. We will park these results here, and I'll talk to you about an experiment that took place in the early 70s. Many of you may have heard the name of Professor Philip Zimbardo. He's a well-known psychologist, and he was a professor at Stanford University. And he was grappling with exactly the same question on which we as a group are so equally divided today. Situational versus dispositional attribution of behavior. He was a professor at Stanford University, so he decided to do an experiment. He took a bunch of students and he divided them into two categories, prisoners and guards. And then a makeshift prison was created in the basement of Stanford University. The idea was that it must replicate real life as far as possible. So they were tiny, dingy corridors. The cells of the prisoners were very, very small with paint peeling off, very, very depressing. Even the uniforms that were given keeping in mind that they must replicate real life. So the guards, they got smart, well-fitting starched uniforms. The prisoners, they got old, ill-fitting, faded robes, the kind of robes you wear on a sunny day, and you will start feeling depressed. Now, everyone, the students, they are divided into two categories, and they are given their respective uniforms, and they are put in that makeshift prison. And now Professor Zimbardo and his colleagues are observing everyone's behavior. Much to their surprise, most participants adapted to their assigned roles, far exceeding Professor Zimbardo's expectations. The guards, in their smart, well-fitting starched uniforms with that newfound sense of aura and authority. Many of them started abusing, bullying, harassing, torturing the inmates. Who were these inmates? Many of them were their college buddies. The prisoners, the inmates in the depressing environment of that prison, confronted with guards with that newfound sense of aura and authority, many of the inmates started accepting that behavior in a very docile manner. Some of them even had a mental breakdown. An experiment which was meant to last for 2 weeks had to be abandoned in 6 days because behaviors were going all over the place. So the findings of this experiment tell us that some studies have shown that situational influences have more to do with a person's ethical behavior than a person's character. Under the right conditions, or for that matter, the wrong conditions, like the Stanford Prison Experiment, good people, like all of us in this group today, can be induced, seduced, and initiated to act unethically. And I'm not saying that we will go out and start abusing our family members or our colleagues. What I'm saying is, every single day that we go to work, we are confronted with so many pressures. Pressure to keep the boss happy, pressure to keep our clients happy, pressure to think about our next promotion, pressure to think about our performance metrics. Irrespective of whichever industry we work in, there are multiple pressures on our time at any given point in time. And sometimes those pressures can combine and overwhelm us and lead us to act in a manner which may not be in sync with how we like to think of ourselves as ethical individuals.